Alrighty, what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. So a lot of exciting things to talk about today. I'm gonna tell you when I think we could possibly bottom out in some big places where it could probably happen here in these crazy times, these crazy times. So let's get into it, and I'll talk about a possible rally that we could have up to maybe even 28K in the within the next month. So let's get into it. So I want to start on the weekly, like we always do pretty much. And, look here. Where the money flow is, it's kind of, similar to you already had that, capitulation down. This would be kind of a case for a bottom relatively soon. If you could turn this around, get a green dot, and everybody's going to say, you had hit the bottom. If you, it would just make a case where you just wick down a little bit more, maybe 18, 17K or something, and then get that green dot, and then you're kind of home free. I'm not convinced. Not really. Also, kind of 2013, I mean, you're almost to that point. This would be the argument that you'd come down a little bit more because by the time you hit the bottom, you were really deep. I think it's going to be more like 2013 where you're going to be really deep here. And, I mean, the big point, too, that we want to talk about in terms of two big points. So, the point we just hit, which is the huge point, last, bear market bottom, it's almost too obvious, hit off at this point. That was the bottom. This one, you're bouncing off of it now, kind of losing it. So, not entirely convinced that we'll keep it, confidently. And the more we test it and, kind of lose it and have it not act as support is a bad sign. 300 weekly moving average, what we have with this is the pandemic. This would be 16K. I'm not entirely convinced much would happen here either, really. I mean, you'd probably get some fluctuation, but because it's not like, look, it's not really, there's not too much there. I mean, a little bit here, and maybe a tiny bit here, not too much. After that, and this is kind of like worst case scenario, but I think there may be, I'll show you a pattern that kind of shows how this could happen. 12K right now, and this is like, that's enough to really scare everybody away. Like social risk is essentially zero at that point. That's where everybody gives up. But the thing with that too is, and I know I've said in the past that I didn't see it really happening, but now things are getting crazier and crazier. The Fed is ruthless, or just keeps raising interest rates. Seems like we're going to go into a major recession, maybe even a depression here. Things are not good. But look at this pattern. So from the bull market high to the bottom here, 87% down. From the bull market high here to the bottom, 84% down, so 3% less, give or take, approximately. And then this one, if we come down, so that's 3% less, 3% less, it's probably 81% down or 82, right to 82% at 12K. And this is where you hit like major points here. So it's essentially from this bottom right here, our local bottom there, 40% downward. ETH would probably come down another 50% in that case. We'll talk about ETH as well. When would this happen? When would this 12K happen? To repeat that general pattern, look right here. This was from October, where we are at the money flow, from October 2018 to the bottom in December, 2 months. If it's like 2013, this was from October of 2014 to January. So a little bit longer, about 3 months there. This one was, what was this one again? This was from October, 2 months. So this was 2 months, yeah, excuse me. That's 2 months, that was 3 months. Between 2 and 3 months. So August, September, as I've been saying, for a bottom. Good place to look. Take a nap, enjoy your summer, maybe buy in right there. But the other thing too is even if we go to 12K, in terms of a long-term perspective, is 22K really that far off? Not that much. And, my view is that if you have the opportunity to get a full Bitcoin right now, not financial advice, but I would do it. If I didn't have that opportunity before, but now I do with these prices, I would probably do it and then stack some cash and wait a few months and then get in more when it goes to 12K or something. That would be a good long-term perspective. So let's talk about now, why I think we could possibly have a nice rally upward to maybe 28K. So what I want to look at is the 12-hour. Getting a very deep anchor wave about to happen here on the 12-hour. And I believe one's already printing on the 10-hour. We could probably map it out. Kind of like this. It's kind of like this right here, where look at what happened. 29% increase from when it confirmed. Say it confirms around here. What's a 29 or 30% increase? And nothing goes down in a straight line. We could come up to easily high 20s here. We could get back up to that area in, took some time here. What was this timeline from January 23rd to February 10th? Okay, that's not too, a couple weeks. So that would be in July, a nice July rally. Then after that, then into, August, September, then you crash down some more and you get to your, really bearish, crazy low numbers for the bear market bottom. So maybe a nice swing trade opportunity here. But yeah, I'm also doing a scalp long right now. If you guys are interested in that, link in the description below through the exclusive Discord. I do show a lot of the trades after they had an outcome, but unfair to the people playing if I was to show them before they had an outcome. Sometimes I do get freebies though. So yeah, kind of if you look at this, there are some obvious signs on why we could have a bit of a trend reversal here, why this could be a local bottom. Money flow coming up on your 30-minute, your 15-minute money flow crossover into the green right there. This was a big jump from green to red right here. I don't think you're going to pump up all the way back to 29K just like that, but it would take a few weeks at least. But in the short term, I could see, by tonight, a few hours, 23, 24K as a big possibility. Look at how long we've been in the red in the 30-minute. It looks like you want to curve up a bit here. It looks like you're going to have to, some money flow is most likely going to come into this asset. It's not just going to, keep going straight down, in my opinion. Let's look at ETH now. So Ethereum basically is, if Bitcoin, our 300 moving average, we've almost tested right now at 1,000. 400, there's not enough data, not as much data on Ethereum, but we could, this is actually on the 6th day here. We don't even have enough data for that one on the, do we have enough data for that one on the 300 on the weekly? Let's see. Okay. 900, that's a big point. There's a little bit at 900. That's probably the case if Bitcoin, just wicks down to, 16, 17, 18K, something like that. Just another, 17% down there. The big points on Ethereum are a bit farther down. Ethereum does look more bearish. I mean, look at how we are in money flow on the weekly. There's really no scenario where we bottomed out. Well, we don't have that much data on only really one cycle, but what we have to look at is this correction. We came down another 60% kind of from that area. So if we come down, and I would say this is probably a local wick. So it would probably be something like this. It'd probably be this percentage, let's say 52%. So 52% down from that wick right there is going to give you 500. 500 is a pretty big place. Look, we have the major points are kind of hitting at 500, 400 to 500 area. And we could look at from the top. So if Bitcoin comes down 82%, Ethereum would likely come down at least 85 to 90%. So 400 is this big area. If we do have a scenario where Bitcoin goes to 12K, 500 is a big area, and then you'd be deep. You'd be deep in the red here. We could kind of map this out too. From here, how long did it take? October 18, about 2 months. So, June, July, August, and then we could have right now a little rally upwards. See what I mean? Kind of like something. If we're kind of like here, a little. What is this? 50. I don't think you're going to come up 50%, but we come up maybe 40% from this bottom here to right around 1,500. We come back to 1,500, kind of maybe hit some resistance there, 1,500. Then you continue downward, bottom out in August, September or something at these lower areas, kind of repeating that similar type of pattern. That's a big point. So the swing trade may be a good opportunity. You got to keep in mind though, people keep asking me about altcoins. Look at what we're seeing right here. Like money flow coming way up on the weekly on Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin, even after things bottom out, Bitcoin will outperform altcoins in the beginning for the first 6 months to a year, at least probably, especially what we saw in 2019. In this rally, see here's the bottom in December 2018, we're at 56% dominance. And that's too what we could add out too. If this is the bottom comes in, let's see, we come up to, it could be around this point or something. If it's the same, 55%, somewhere like this in August, September, 53% we bottom out. But look what happened after that. Bitcoin dominance still went up. The time to really start getting into altcoins wasn't really until September 2019, because that's when the Bitcoin dominance started going down and altcoins started doing better. So that's almost a year after. So I would say minimum to try to get into altcoins, unless you really need to have an altcoin, unless there's something you got to have and you know is going to do really well and may outperform Bitcoin. The majority of them won't. So there's no reason to really stack anything other than Bitcoin long term until another 6 months. That's what you got to realize. Altcoins are going to continue to probably bleed against Bitcoin. Just look at these technicals. I mean, that weekly, monthly curving up, this is going to be Bitcoin season, most likely. Very, very, very high probability. So be careful with the alts. This is time to get that good position in Bitcoin. And look, I mean, even if you go to 12K, from 22K to 12K, this is crypto. That's not that much. That's less than 50%. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are interested in the exclusive Discord, some of my trade entry points, stop losses, take profits, exclusive TA, link in the description below. Exclusive TA on Bitcoin, Ethereum, some altcoins, stocks, commodities as well sometimes. So check that out. A lot of people have really liked it. We have a great community, a lot of good traders in there. Check that out. Also, if you want to get my trading course, the link in the description below. I show you everything, I use, everything I know to use to make my trades, all my TA, how I interpret market cipher, risk management, trading psychology, why the majority of people lose in this game. So I think it's going to help you out a lot of strategies in there. So check that out. A lot of people really liked it. BITGET, FEMEX, there's always some good promos going on. If you want to help support the channel, check out those links in the description below. Yeah, you can make some trades in there, even buying spot in there too. They're pretty good exchanges. I like them. So yeah, check those out. And if you want to do a one-on-one session with me, link in the description below. And if you want to get Market Cipher, link in the description below. Use my link with my discount code down below to get Market Cipher. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.